A black hole with a warped accretion disk has just been discovered. This is by University of Southampton on phys.org. International team of astrophysics from South Africa, the UK, France, and the US found large variations in the brightness of light seen from around one of the closest black holes in our galaxy. It's 9,600 light years from us, from our Earth, which they conclude is causing a huge warp in its accretion disk. This object, MAXI J1820 plus 070, erupted as a new X-ray transient in March 2018. It was discovered by Japanese X-ray telescope on board the International Space Station. These transients, their systems that exhibit violent outbursts, are actually binary stars, consisting of low-mass star, similar to our Sun, and a much more compact object, which can be a white dwarf, neutron star, or black hole. In this case, MAXI J1820 plus 070 contains a black hole that's at least 8 times the mass of our Sun. These first findings have now been accepted for publication in the journal Monthly Notices of the Royal Astronomical Society. The lead author is Dr. Jessimol Thomas, a postdoctorate research fellow at South Africa Astronomical Observatory, SAAO. The discovery presented in the paper was made from an extensive, detailed light curve obtained over almost a year by dedicated amateurs around the globe who are part of the AAVSO, the American Association of Variable Star Observers. So, see, the thing is, though, the discovery presented was made by amateur observers. Fantastic. I support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. So this was discovered by dedicated amateur observers around the globe. MAXI J1820 plus 070 is one of the 3 brightest X-ray transients ever observed, a consequence of both its proximity to our Earth and being outside of the obscuring plane of our Milky Way galaxy. Because it remained bright for many months, this made it possible to be followed by so many amateur observers. Professor Phil Charles, researcher at University of Southampton and member of the research team, said, "Material from the normal star is pulled by the compact object into its surrounding accretion disk of spiraling gas. Massive outbursts occur when the material in the disk becomes hot and unstable, accretes onto the black hole, and releases copious amounts of energy before traversing the event horizon. This process is chaotic and highly variable, varying on timescales from milliseconds to months. The research team produced a visualization of the system showing how a huge X-ray output emanates from very close to the black hole and then irradiates the surrounding matter, especially the accretion disk, heating it up to a temperature of around 10,000 degrees Celsius, and is seen as the visual light emitted. That's why, as the X-ray outburst declines, so does the optical light. But something unexpected happened almost 3 months after the outburst began, when the optical light curve started a huge modulation, a bit like turning a dimmer switch up and down and almost doubling the brightness at its peak, on a period of about 17 hours. Yet there was no change whatsoever in the X-ray output, which remained steady. While small quasi-periodical visible modulations had been seen in the past during X-ray transient outbursts, nothing on this scale has ever been seen before. What was causing this extraordinary behavior? With the angle of view of the system, as shown in the pictorial, we could quite quickly rule out the usual explanation that the X-rays were illuminating the interface of the donor star because the brightness was occurring at the wrong time, said Professor Charles. Nor could it be due to varying light from where the mass transfer stream hits the disk as the modulation gradually moved related to the object. This left only one possible explanation. The huge X-ray flux was irradiating the disk and causing it to warp, as shown in the picture. The warp provides a huge increase in the area of the disk that could be illuminated, thereby making the visual light output increase dramatically when viewed at the right time. Such behavior had been seen in X-ray binaries with more massive donors, but never in a black hole transient with a low mass donor like this. It opens a completely new avenue for studying the structure and properties of warped accretion disks. Professor Charles continued, "This object has remarkable properties amongst an already interesting group of objects that have much to teach us about the endpoints of stellar evolution and the formation of compact objects. We already know of a couple of dozen black hole binary systems in our galaxy, which all have masses in 5 to 15 solar range. They all grow by the accretion of matter that we have witnessed so spectacularly here. Starting some 5 years ago, a major science project on the Southern African Large Telescope, SALT for short, to study transient objects, has made a number of important observations of compact binaries, including black hole systems like MAXI J1820 plus 070, as we were talking about here. As the principal investigator for this program, Professor Buckles says, SALT is a perfect tool to study the changing behavior of these X-ray binaries during their outbursts, which it can monitor regularly over periods of weeks to months, and can be coordinated with observations from other telescopes, including space-based ones. This was by University of Southampton, and of course it was discovered by dedicated amateur astronomers. That's fantastic news, and it's on phys.org. And this is a video by NASA Goddard, a doubly warped world of binary black holes for us to watch.